All right, Fallen.
All right.
So Fallen starts. Girl. Anyways, Fallen. I hate. I hate reading on this damn iPad.
Okay.
So Fallen starts with Cat,
Mm.
which her
Yes.
name, when you listen to the audiobook, is pronounced not Catalina, but Catalina.
Catalina.
So it
All
starts with
right.
Cat talking about her life, and her talking about her being with her boyfriend Jake. And they
Right.
haven't been together for that long, but she realizes I don't even really like him like
Oh my
that.
gosh. Right.
And they are going to a Halloween party together, but she's like
Yes.
realizing I think I might have to break up with him because he's kind of an idiot, and I don't even think he liked me that much for real because he don't even
Right.
check for her
Inquire
about that or whatever.
about
He
re-
like hanging out with his friends more than he like hanging out with her.
Yes.
So she pre-games with him. They're at his friend's brownstone for this party. And that's where we start the party. She is a lamb, and they were supposed to have couples costume. He
Mm-hmm.
clearly forgot, even though it was his idea to have a couples costume.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to be the lamb,
Mm-hmm.
and she was supposed to be the lamb, and he was supposed to be the shepherd. That was the original idea for the costume, and it was his idea.
Yeah.
He comes and picks her up. He a basketball player. And
Yeah.
she's
I was
like,
a little confused by that.
okay. And that's when I think she really realized this man don't like me.
Like, oh, he didn't even care to like do what he said he was gonna do.
Yeah, he was his idea.
Yeah.
Um, at that point, they get to the party, and she rushes. They rush into the party basically, and he's like, "Hey, these are people I know." He rattles off a bunch of names. He's like, "This is Regina George, whoever." Da, 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 da. Don't even say this is Cat, and then goes on with his life. And he's like, "Hey, can you hang out with my homegirl?"
Yeah, he just like kind of drops her.
Yeah, this is my girlfriend Cat. Hang out with her, and I'm about to go. I'll be right back, and just drops her off. And at that point, Cat's like, "Nah, for real."
I thought about that while I was reading that. Like, if I went to a party with someone I didn't know, and then they kind of just like dropped me off with some girls, like, "Hey, here are the girls. Chat with the girls." As I go hang out with my friends. I'd be like, would I hate that? And I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I would hate that, especially since you didn't really
You didn't
introduce
even. We're
me to
already
anybody.
on like a bad start.
Yeah, and this is how we came in here,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that.
I didn't
No,
like it. And she was like, oh,
she was like, "You don't have to babysit me," and he's
right. Now
like,
she's all
and she's
overcompensating.
like, "It's okay, girl. Like, let's hang out, I guess, or whatever."
Yeah.
Then there's a line. What do they call this? Like a break, a page break. Sorry.
Yes.
Then there's a page break.
Yes.
And immediately the POV shifts.
Yes.
And it shifts. Do you want to talk about that part of how it shifts? And then it comes back.
I guess I didn't even realize that because all I was so focused on was that something I was confused immediately. And so I said, wait, let me just go back real quick. I was like, I don't think this is the same person anymore. So then as I was reading it, I saw the page break and I was like, oh, okay, we're now on to I guess the other person that's going to be involved in this book.
Yeah.
So I really just was focused on that. I guess I don't know. What is that considered? Third person?
Don't get me lying. I'm not smart right now today.
It's okay.
I can read.
It's okay.
So the page break is an entity talking about how he to me is like someone else is describing how this other person is being taught is looking at watching Cat.
Yes, observing everything
her.
That has happened.
Yes.
As far as her being gorgeous.
Yes. Enormous hazel eyes, sharp cheekbones, a mouth like a soft, edible heart. Brown curls that fell past her shoulders.
Who would drop off
who was
like
petite.
That? Yeah. He was
made his skin hum. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
He watched as the humans sat.
Yeah.
He was in some side corner.
Yeah. I just pictured him like
in the shadows. Fully in the shadows. Yeah. I pictured him being like next to a bookcase. In the shadow of the bookcase.
I picture this big ass hat. Real like
he had a hat on?
No.
Oh.
That's how I just pictured him.
Okay.
Like just shadows. Like you can't see him. That's how I pictured him.
Yeah, picture sharp shadows as well.
Yeah, I didn't really just picture much of a person, just a vibe.
Yeah. No, I did too until we got to the part of when he actually got described as a person. So he's like, he needs to feed. So hungry.
Yes.
He needs to feed.
He explains himself as this
entity
that is so damn sexy. And basically, he has the power to make people just want to have sex with him, essentially.
He was like, I feed off of this sexual and it's energy. People, it's anybody can get it. The man can get it, the boys can get it, anybody, girls can get it.
They just get around me and they just can't control themselves.
They can't.
I just exude this sexiness and this everything that they just can't control.
I can't control.
So much so that they get, after the deed is done, they are kaput.
Confused. Distraught. He said he uses sex serve two purposes: companionship and sustenance. Companionship he used loosely because centuries ago he was cursed, so he don't use it like that. Now he just uses it to feed, and he feed anywhere.
And he kind of like notices her, and then he tests it out. He's like trying to like send her some commands or whatever.
Yes.
And he's like getting confused as to like, she saw me, so she kind of heard the command, but she didn't act on the command.
Yes.
And so then it kind of, I think that's where his POV or whatever POV ends, and then it jumps to her thinking she heard something.
Yes. So he says something to her. Excuse me. Sorry. He says something to her, and she kind of like looks around the room, and then she kind of looks past him, and then he was like, I don't know if did she not hear me? And then he says it again, and then she looks directly in his direction, but there's no necessarily command. And then he says, did you not? He literally says, did you not hear me?
She looks past him, then kind of comes back, looks at him, but then just kind of goes, I remember that detail for some reason.
And then he re-says in her head, did you not hear me? And she goes, who is that?
Right.
And she kind of looks confused that he not moving. She's not moving.
She's like, she hears it, but she's like,
and he's like, you know what? I just need to get her alone. I need to get her. Exactly. I need to get her. I need to figure out where she needs to be at. So.
Yeah. So then she's like, you know what? Let me go to the bathroom. She's stressed out about being in the situation. She done started hearing things, and she's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. She starts going upstairs with this nice brownstone, finds the bathroom, and she's like, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, she takes off her makeup.
She took off her makeup?
She took off her makeup. Yeah. Yeah. Because remember, she just has like the little nose on, and she realizes like how lame she feels like she looks because she has like this little like black nose. She has on like, I think, a headband that has like her like ears or whatever, and she has like leggings, white leggings, and a white fluffy sweatshirt. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna wipe my face off, and what am I going to do next?
All I remember is her being like, I'm about to text her.
Yes.
I was so. She pulls out her phone and she's like, hold on, because I also highlighted that. I don't think this is working. We have fun together, but I think friends only is the right vibe for us. Send. I was like, girl, you were at the party with this boy. I mean, we can't wait till the end of the night. Also, yeah, at the same party.
So are you saying that she should have just walked up to him and said it?
Like, you need to come here, or we can either wait till the end of the night because I'm gonna enjoy this party.
But she wasn't enjoying the party.
Or I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll pull him like, you know what, right then and there. Beat a couple with drama. Go in the bathroom and be like, this is the work I gotta go. Or just fucking leave. I don't know.
I think
I was so weirded out by her being like at the party and pull. You know what? I just can't do this. I mean, I guess.
I thought I liked it. I think of what her being like. You know what I think it could have. I think I would have done if I was her.
Okay.
I would have just left and texted him on my way home.
Not in the same vicinity.
Yeah, no.
Silly because it's like either talk to him or.
Because are you gonna have to walk past him to get out of here? And then for him to reply back as a thumbs up, he did a reaction. Yeah, I mean, he knew he was just fucking on her for fun. Right, he was like, I ain't really want to fool with you anyways, but I would have been out that door. When he dropped me off is when I would have circled back around and started texting him from the parking lot and been like, hey,
you know what?
This is done. And I would have texted him or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't have stayed at that party. Because it seemed like she wasn't really having that much fun. Anyways, she didn't have a connection with them girls. So I don't think she wanted to be there. So
that was, and then he gave them thumbs up. And then she kind of just like, whatever. I guess it is what it is. I'm not really moved by this anyway.
Yeah.
She goes outside. Boom.
Immediately after she walks out the bathroom. A stranger Erin is in this dark room because she comes out of the lit bathroom, walks out into this room, and a stranger's there.
And he's like kind of like moseying through his stuff, I think. Or was she doing that? I don't know.
No, he was just leaning on the door. He was leaning on the wall, just staring at the bathroom door.
I guess like a window. There's like a window.
There's a window in the room.
Yes. And there's a window in the room. Up against...
He's like leaned up against the wall, kind of just staring and casually scrolling on his phone, which I think is a concept of itself because he's acting like he ain't know nothing later on in the book. And I'm like, what you got a phone for if you don't talk to nobody? So it's like, just is it a prop? Is it a prop?
Literally. And she was like, oh my God, this handsome man. Who is this? But she felt drawn to him.
Yes.
And so she like, what did she say to him?
How
did they pick up the conversation? He needed to use the bathroom?
Yes, because she thought that he was maybe the owner of the house because she doesn't know the owner of the house like that. So she thought it was the owner of the house because it's dark in the room.
Yes.
Immediately, no. Because if I walk out of a bathroom that is inside of a room of a party of a big house that I'm in, and I walk out of the bathroom and there's a man standing on the wall, immediately am I rushing out of that room. Okay. There's no conversation I'm having with you until we turn these lights on. So she asked him, she's like, oh, the bathroom in the hall was occupied.
Right.
And then he says to her, oh, I just needed a spot of quiet because I need to be quiet. And that's when she realized he had a British accent. And one thing to think about it, the British accent's going to reel the girlies in every time.
Oh my God, what's this?
It's going to reel them in. And so she kind of feels bad because she thinks that's his room. So she's like, I'm so sorry to be sneaking around in your room or whatever the case may be.
Well, does she know he in there?
And
he's not supposed to be in there.
He ain't supposed to be in there either. So she talks about his features. She just really couldn't stop looking at him. And she's like, I don't know what this is. It's something about him.
She just kept saying he felt otherworldly.
Yes. And she's like, his features, he's so fine. He got this, he just looks so good. Like, the tension is there. And he kind of speaks to her in his low voice at the end. And what else?
I guess he's like, they have a conversation, then basically she's like, you know what, close the door. He's like, close the door. And she's like, yeah, like I don't want anyone to see us in here
talking to each other
in this room.
Because I don't know if you're not the owner, that means the owner might walk by. And then my man's might walk by, who is not my man's no more, because she talks about that too.
He's like, good. Like he's a loser. X out the loser, cool. And then there's like some attraction because at the end of the day, that's his power.
Yes.
And then she kind of...
We have another page break too. So the chapters never, it's a page break in the thing. So page breaks into back to his POV. And now it's a him POV. More so of like he saw, she said. It's now him saying, I saw, she said. And so we're here at that point. And so, after they talk, remember she's like, well, who are you here with? Because I was here with my ex-boyfriend, who's my new ex-boyfriend. She's like, who are you here with? Who do you know at the party? And he's like, I'm here by myself. She's like, so you don't know anybody? And he's like, no.
She kind of got weirded out.
And she goes, huh? He goes, no. And then he keeps calling her a beautiful little lamb. And I didn't like that.
It was
giving because I'm also like, girl, you don't know that man.
You don't know me.
And why is he calling you a beautiful little lamb?
Weird. Just think.
I don't know about that.
But then they kind of just start flirting.
Yes.
And the door's closed, the lights are off, and then he's like, look, you want to do this? And she was, I guess how I took it, like, she was like, you know what? I just entered this. I'm feeling some feelings. I'm getting warm and fuzzy. And then he takes off his shoe. Well, he commands her to take off her shoes. And she like does it. So he's realizing like, oh, my commands are not working. And then, do you know the second command?
No, tell me, because I don't.
The second command was for her to get wet.
Yo, I thought I remember that, and I remember being like, huh?
Yeah, they started to kiss, and then he was far from satisfied, and he's just like, oh. For so long, it's been a cruel joke that he has to feed off joy and pleasure of humans when he can't find the joy and pleasure himself because he's been cursed and like basically leaves them unconscious, right? And so then he kissed his way. They took off the shoes, They lay in a bed, kisses his way down her body.
I do remember that.
Doing her petal soft skin. And then he said,
soft
this
skin.
is wet. He commanded inaudibly, as he always did with lovers, but then added, soaking wet.
Because I listened to this book because I was getting dressed and listening to the book at the same time. And I remember hearing what I said, huh? So it was so fast. Like they were in the room and she was like, who are you strange man? And he's like, you can come out the room if you want to. And she was like, no, I'm gonna stay here with you. And then
boom,
immediately
they get
clothes off, body on, wet, super wet, get with it,
and
soaking.
I highlighted this.
His name is Briggan.
I highlighted this because I said, wow. So this is part of their, like, after he says the soaking wet thing, it's like coaxing one leg over his shoulder, leaning in for a kiss, a look, and then giving in. Another and another, until he was feasting on her in earnest, lost in the feel of her on his tongue, the sensation of plummeting into infatuation. I was like, damn, that's poetic.
Remember, he's old. He's centuries old, girl. He got it in him.
I said, damn.
These writers said, feel it. Feel it.
And then so they have a pretty long scene.
Yeah.
And again, there's this want for him as he's kissing on her neck. There's this want of bite me on the neck like a vampire. And so much so he says, oh my God, it's like a thought of like bite. Did that happen in this book where he's kissing on her and her cooch and he's like, I almost want him to bite me here? I forgot to tell you, in the book I read, Vampire, that happened.
That didn't happen in this book.
He goes down on her in that little sex scene and
a little nibble.
He starts
sucking the blood out of her?
Blood in her coochie.
That did not happen in this book.
Well, no, but like that was there a want of biting in this book? Because that happened in my book. It just came back to me. How could I forget? That part really sent me over the edge. Girl, how much more what more do you need? You already orgasm when the man sucked into your neck. You have him suck into your vagina. That sounds painful. Does it not? Ah! Scary. Anyways, back to this book. Anyways, I thought it was very poetic. And then it's just like the delicate and fevered skin beneath his lips and all this stuff. And then this is the part that killed me. Just as sounds grew tight and frantic, he stood and with a rare desperation fumbled for his belt, his button, his zipper, freeing himself.
Yep.
I was
freeing himself.
When they described
he was tightly. He was like, oh, I'm so tight in these pants.
Lifting her, he stepped forward and in one thrust, he was inside.
Immediately.
Said, oh, excuse me.
Immediately.
This person didn't care about STDs or condoms.
He said no. Immediately.
They got to it.
Immediately.
But I guess she was ready.
She was.
Yeah.
And
they have a good old time.
Immediately afterwards, though, because he is so used to his humans
they be like, oh,
being
spit.
I have nothing else because he sucks all their energy out of there. He's like, you can lay down. Just lay down. Just lay down.
God,
and she's like, I'm good.
She's like, that was good. Let's pack this on up.
What's happening? And she's like,
let's clean up.
She's like, I gotta get out of here anyways because it smells like sex in here. I don't need people to find me.
Definitely was crazy. She's like, it smells like sex in here. Open the door.
She's like, I have to go. I have to go.
And then he was like, no, lay down. And then she comes to a realization like,
she's like, what?
He's about to leave.
Yeah. She's like, what was that? I'm so confused. Why did I make this choice? And why was I doing this with him? She's like, and then he immediately, as she's getting dressed and kind of slick talking to him, she turns around, he gone. She said, did I have sex with a ghost?
I mean,
a figment of my imagination.
The way these books were going, I would have been like, yeah.
What's happening? And she's figuring out where he is, and then she runs after him, and she goes, no, how did you do that? Like, because how were you in the room with me, and now you down the stairs?
How I pictured it was like, he disappeared.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my God, like, I gotta get out of here. I just fucked this man. He's gone. Like, this is strange. And she goes outside, and boom, he's there.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, what the hell?
How did you get here so fast? You saw me?
And then she's like, oh my God, you're out here.
I need to know
more.
Turned
it into some like weird New York rom-com.
It did get to New York rom-com.
The brownstone, the outside. I liked it. And then it's like, let's go to a bar.
Well, no. Well, before that, remember, she says, she's like, what are you? Like, I need to know what you are, because like, at this point, something's not right. She said, you about to leave? And he's like, we can't talk anymore. She's like, wait, no, wait, you have sex with me? And then you're immediately trying to get up out of here. She's like, no, because something's not right. Because she's like, I've never done that before. I was so weirdly drawn to you. I've never had sex in that way. And she's like, I could feel you and hear you.
She's like, you did everything right.
Right,
like, everything that I wanted, you did.
And he's like, yes, because I know you.
She's like, everything I want. But she's like, no. But everything I want is like, everything I thought of you did. And he was like, okay.
Yeah, I can read your mind. A little bit. But also, he's been around for know what you're thinking. But also, he's been around for 300 years, girl, or longer. He know a thing or two. Yeah. Besides the fact that he's reading your mind. He is reading your mind.
And then they're just
and that's when I was like, is he a vampire? But then I was like, he's not urging to suck her blood. So I was like, okay, he's not a vampire, right? And so she was like, I need to know more about you. I need to know what's going on. And he was like, I don't really want to do all that. Like, I don't want to do all that. And then she
kind of I can't tell you. Like, I can't tell you. At the end of the day, I can't tell you. Like, literally.
Yeah. And then he in his POV, because at this point he's talking to himself, and he's like, I've been cursed basically, and I need to this is the lady who cursed me basically was like, you have to find your one true love. Your one true love
all over again, but naturally. Like, you can't tell them
that you've been cursed.
Nothing. They have to know.
Yes, that they'll see it on you that you've been cursed. But he's like, no, something's not right, or not something's not right. He's like, it can't be her because she doesn't see it on me.
She hasn't said anything.
But she knows that something is different about me, and I'm not just some regular boy.
Right. So
I'm not some regular 25-year-old. I'm something else.
Right. So then she's like, all right, can I ask you a question? Then he's like, okay, let's take a stroll to the bar.
Yes. And you can ask me 5 questions.
5 questions. And you get 5 questions too.
Yeah.
And so they go and they sit down, they have a little beer, and he runs off some questions real fast.
He runs off those questions as they're walking to the bar.
Yeah.
And she answers them, and then she gets there and she's like, oh, you've already answered 4 questions. No, he's like, don't count. Let's start over.
And so then she asks questions. Well, he asks questions.
Yeah.
And he's trying to coax her, basically, I think, within these 5 questions to ask him the question he needs.
Yes, and also to see his true form.
Which is to ask about the wings that he has. That's what I got.
Oh, I didn't get that.
He's trying to coerce her to be like, she has to say it, though.
I thought she thought those... and that, to me, now I'm confused. Because I thought the wings... I thought she saw the wings, but she thought that it was a Halloween costume. Because she mentioned the wings earlier. And she was like, how did he get in his room with them wings? Like, he had to walk to the side with the wings on. And so I was like, okay, so this is part of his Halloween costume. Because remember, they were at a Halloween party.
I think she saw them, but he doesn't know that she saw them. So he's trying to, with the questions, he's wanting her to ask about something. That's why he keeps talking to himself. There's something about me that she needs to ask me about. She needs to ask me about this thing. And it doesn't matter. She's not the one because she hasn't asked me about the thing.
I thought it was.
And then they reveal the thing is the wing.
That did not talk. Okay. That didn't line up with me. Because I was thinking of it as like, she's going to see something about me, like maybe his true form or see through him. Or remember in the other one when it was like the shadow of creature behind him? I thought it was going to be something like that. I didn't know it was the wings. I thought she did saw the wings. I thought she was like, oh, he got wings.
Yeah, but
she mentioned it was part of his costume. She was like, oh yeah, them wings. She was like, that's so crazy. He got these wings on and they so big or whatever. And like, what costume he got put together?
So he's thinking like, oh, she's not the one because she hasn't asked about them. But she really wasn't
makes more sense to me.
Because she really wasn't thinking it was a big deal to ask him about this.
Because she thought they were part of his costume until she started asking him questions and also realizing that he was some supernatural something.
Yes, because in the end, when she's like,
because she touches
the final question, he's like, okay. And he's like, maybe I'll let her ask me one more time.
Yeah.
You have one more question for me.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like, can you fly with those? And he's like, oh, you can see them. You are my love.
Okay.
And the way it ends is real abrupt. Did this one have the epilogue? Or it's like they kind of... Or no, it just ended, right?
It ends.
Yeah.
And I was confused.
And he's happy.
I was so confused why it ended like that. Because I didn't know the wings. I thought the whole time she knew what the hell the wings was.
And that's why he's like, oh, you got it. Yeah. So the whole point of the whole questions thing is, it's like, all right, let's see if she's the one.
Because he says, he said, if you had one more question,
that's like he just ends it. He's like, oh, she was asking me about them, so let's wrap this up. But they have such a good, then they walk and walk for hours in the New York night.
Because because she's like, I want to spend more time with him. Yeah. And so she's walking him around and walking around.
Be around me, like, don't you feel like
what you don't feel? We have a connection. Yeah. And he was like, even when he was asking the question, he was like, you don't listen to my commands. Like everybody else listens to my commands. She was like, oh, Twilight. She was like, I can hear you talking to me. She's like, but she's like, I just hear it. It feels warm. Like it's not like.
Do you know the premise of Twilight? Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, just in bits and pieces because I definitely watch.
Just bits and pieces. Everyone, I think, the entire time has been playing in the background of like the bits and pieces.
So the main thing with Edward, with Bella, why he's so attracted to Bella is because his power is he can read people's minds.
Yeah,
and he can't read her mind. So he's like so infatuated, knows what everyone's thinking, knows everything about her.
I don't know what she's thinking.
Right, and so that makes him curious. Like, so what are you thinking? He can't. And so that's what I kept referring to with this book. It's like a kind of like a Bella Edward situation of like, why does she take my powers? So now he's infatuated with her because she didn't. And then she's like, explains, I can hear them powers, but they didn't move me.
They moved me. I heard you. I heard you, and I'm not getting up.
Now
I heard you.
She's like, but when they're vulnerable and in the sexiness of it all, that's when she like listens.
So girl, okay.
That book ends abruptly.
Yeah, it does end abruptly. Mm-hmm. I did think the concept of him being the fallen, because that's the book, name of the book. He is the fallen, and it's because he fell from the graces of whoever this lady who put the curse on him. But it seemed like he did it out of good conscience. Because remember, he killed a corrupt king or whatever.
Yes,
the lady cursed him and then killed his wife and then killed him. And then after that, he was walking around the world confused. And then he kept trying to kill himself and he basically keep coming back alive.
Yes.
And he was like, what the hell's going on? And that was when the man said, he found some guy to tell him, like, you're part of the fallen. You'll never truly die.
Right.
You have to find your true love again. And then you'll turn back into basically a regular ass human, and then you could die like a regular ass human.
Yes.
But for now, you have been cursed, and you need to find someone to figure out your curse. And thank you for explaining that part to me. I was literally like, okay, what are we talking about these wings for?
Yes,
because she been saw the wings.
Yes, so
and I didn't realize that maybe in her POV, in her head, she saw the wings. She never said it out loud. Wow. Okay.
And so the last thing I had highlighted from this book, from him trying to she's like, what did you command me to do? That's on their walk home. He says, I try to make you relax in the bedroom, take your shoes off, but you didn't fully listen. And once we're clearly going to be intimate, I told you to take your shoes off and instructed your body to be wet for me so that I could take you easily.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that from across the room and being like, huh?
So take
you easily. He said, I'm trying to slip and slide.
Oh.
He said, I want no problems, no friction.
Oh, slide. I said, oh, well then.
Yeah. That man said, I'm trying to wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And he probably did it with all his humans.
Nice and good.
He said, I need to thank mac and cheese. Okay, well. So with that being said, what do you rate that
this
one?
Book, I enjoyed the poeticness of their scene, but other than that, didn't really care for the story. I didn't really care for the story. It didn't really move me.
Yeah, I didn't care for the story.
It felt very like New York rom-com, like walking the. I didn't even think, honestly, truly, what was the point of her having a boyfriend? Didn't feel like that needed to even be, to be honest. She could have just been like, I'm going to a Halloween party. Like, I understand the whole backstory of it was like she's there to study for her program.
Maybe it's the juxtaposition of her having a man, not having a man, and then falling in love with a new man very quickly. Maybe it was like that juxtaposition.
Maybe just like, a little razzle dazzle of like, I'm just gonna break up with this guy and then immediately fuck the stranger.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was necessary. But I don't know. I didn't understand. It really didn't need. And other than that, I mean, I like the poeticness of their scene. The ending was abrupt. and it kind of, I was like, okay, now what? At the end, it's like, so the curse is broken. Like now you get to live on.
Was the curse broken? I still don't know. I give it a 2, to be honest. Yeah. And I also kind of rated off of, if this book was longer, would I have read it? No, I would not have. I unfortunately did not love the concept of this one as much, and I kind of got a little lost in the story and how it went. Even though, like, I don't mind a sex scene coming out straight out the book. Yeah. I don't care. I'm reading the book now, and the sex scene was page 1. Yeah, and it added to the story like or whatever. Yeah. But I don't love the concept of this one. Like, I wasn't there. It didn't rope me
like,
in.
Oh my god, you're basically so sexy. People just fall at your knees like, wow. And then I'm you.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, also like, of her not being able to hear. I don't know, like her being like, her not being able to like hear him. And then kind of, and it's like, okay, so how does he identify his true love? And then also, why was he so drawn to her out of all the women that he was watching? And like, I don't know,
like, because you would have had to be drawn to her to command her, but I guess because she's a little lamb child. But maybe he was drawn to her because that's his true love reincarnated. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
but that wasn't fully. You're just supposed to assume that, honestly, because they don't straight up say that. So, and it was also written. These authors. I also found out at the end that it's written by. It's a
2 authors.
Yeah. 2 authors in one. So that's really curious. I wonder how they bounce ideas off each other. It's like,
I wonder if that's why all those, like, I wonder if their other books have page breaks like that, and that's how they write regularly. Like, kind of.
They have to, because why would you do that newly? Like, I thought that's how you write, and that was also a little confusing. But yeah, I think a 2's fair.
Yeah.
Don't really feel like you'd miss anything.
That seems funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so my book was Spicy Little Curses by J.T. Gessinger. Did I say that right? Gessinger. Okay. The beginning of this book starts as Petra. She's basically a journalist. Basically, they're doing a piece for Urban Legends for the Halloween issue. She's based in Chicago. So she's like, so she goes to New Orleans, does her journalism.
So what's the best place to go? Except for New Orleans.
Right.
Halloween.
Exactly. They're known for their
occult spookiness.
Yes, exactly. So as she's doing all this research, somebody's name keeps coming up. The name is Dax Russo. So she goes to this tattoo shop, enters. He was tall, built like he wrestled demons for sport, and had pitch black hair that matched his eyes and his general aura. His muscular arms were decorated in complicated designs that include mysterious symbols and sigils. So he had like all these tattoos like all over his body. She was like, dang, he tatted up, but this don't look like anything earthly, honestly.
Not earthly.
And she's like, I'm a sucker for tall, dark, and devilish type. So she's like, dang, he kind of cute. Like, it's kind of looking like, it gave it to me like biker-esque, like bad boy tattoo shop running. And she walks through the door and she's like, oh, they make eye contact. She's like, I knew they were going to be in trouble. The tattoo shop is called House of Ink and Blood. She's like, it's cold, it's dark, it's like got mysterious vibes going on. She walks in, there's a black cat lounging. And then she like kind of gets this weird feeling of like deja vu. Like, what the heck? But whatever, right? So that he's kind of like, one of my fave tropes is kind of like enemies to lovers. I love a good enemies to lovers.
Okay.
And he narrows his eyes at her like, you lost? That's how he talks to her as the starts. And she's like, I'm writing a piece about New Orleans urban legends, and your name keeps coming up. And he's like looking back and he's like, does it now? All right, well, can't imagine why. And then he tells her to get out.
Oh, well, he says, you're not here for nothing. I don't need to hear that.
No, because she's like, well, listen, she don't give up though. She's like, listen, I've heard stories about this artist who inks symbols that can repel evil spirits. About a guy who once tattooed a protection charm so strong it saved someone from something they couldn't even name. So he out here doing spooky dooky tattoos on people. He says, an artist whose own skin is covered in tattoos that aren't made of ink because he was born with them. That's what they talk. That's what they say.
Saying that's the urban legend.
Yeah. So she's like kind of looking at him waiting for a reaction, and he doesn't really give one. And he's like, sounds interesting. You need to get out.
Oh, okay.
He gives her a little nickname called Notebook. He said, listen, Notebook, get out. We're closed. Notebook. And then she just has this like weird, like ominous Notebook. And like she knew something was wrong. And then when she went to go touch him, the tattoos moved.
Scurried away.
They like moved.
Like in Moana?
Oh my gosh. So she's like, oh, that was weird.
That's weird. He just put a long sleeve on if he don't want people to know what's going on.
I'm like, if your tattoos move, I was like, ew. Again, I get creeped out so easily. I was like, ew. I just had like worms. Like, anyways, that's where my mind goes. So then he's like, listen, Petra.
Petra. Oh, no, he knows her name.
He said, listen, Petra, you need to get out. And she goes, how you know my name?
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wasn't he calling her Notebook?
He's like, listen, Petra, you need to get out. She's like, whoa, how you know my name? He's like, you came in here and showed your badge, well, journalism badge, duh. And she's like, I'm not stupid.
I didn't do that.
She just says this in her mind, right? And she's like, the press pass. Okay. So now when he touched her, he noticed like his ink started to burn. Now with her standing in front of me, staring at me like she wasn't afraid of what she might see, my ink burned. I turned my back to her, rolling from the tension from my shoulders as my ink itched, crawled, whispered her name in my ears. This is the ink.
That she can see? Okay.
Hey, this is the tattoo speaking to him. This is Dak's perspective, okay? The tattoos are speaking to him. They're moving around. They're burning. He's like, this is bad.
This ain't good.
We're like, he realizing like, okay, something's connected. So he kicks her out into the rain.
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to really kick me out? He's like, yes, get out. And shoves her out, literally.
Yeah.
So then she goes back to her hotel, but she doesn't give up. She comes back the next day. What's going on? And he's like, look, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm getting bad vibes. Like, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. Some time goes by, and then he's like, we need to leave. So she's like, give me a reason. Give me a reason why I need to leave. This is moving very fast. So then she's like they're staring at each other, right? At this point, this is what has happened. When he touched her, he realized from his perspective, her name got written on her.
On him.
On him. So like on his wrist. So like when she came the next day, he was bandaged up to cover her name. I was scared to look at it because I just know it's bad news. When they're doing all this back and forth, she kisses him. They're just
Petra!
like they're just kind of like looking. There's a lot of tension.
Okay.
Okay. And so she's just like, she's like, I don't know, what came over me. They start making out a little bit. Then he pulls her off like, oh shit. Pulls her off and like, listen, that wasn't enough. You need to leave. All of a sudden, she sees a figure in the back of him. She said it starts stinking. It said if it was like meat, rotten flesh, and just like dead flesh smell just starts coming. And then she sees behind him like a gray, faceless man.
Ugh.
She's like, unless, because I'm back, he's trying to scare me again. Maybe that's what that is. He's trying to get me to leave. He comes up with this, and he's like, what's wrong? She's like, there's a faceless man behind you. And he's like, oh, shoot. Grabs her hand and then starts running outside. He said, we got to go. He's like, look, we have to go. He's shirtless. When she came that second time, he was shirtless. Because she just showed up. He was shirtless.
At the job?
At his tattoo shop. I guess he kind of like lived there, girl.
Yeah, I guess.
So
they probably do. New Orleans is like that.
Takes a hand, starts running. So then they're out in the streets. He's like, you don't get it. This is now a problem. You're going to die. He's like yelling at her in public.
In public.
And so people are looking around, and a flock of teens, also he's shirtless, are looking at him gawking.
Yeah, shirtless.
Realizing, she's like, listen, you need to stop yelling because you're shirtless. And he's like, where are you staying? So they go back to her hotel, and he's told her about, so look, listen, the Russo name, we're cursed.
The Russo name.
Okay. When anybody that sees that faceless man, they gonna die. And she's like, what?
What?
You gonna die. There's no time. It only happens to women who fall in love with a Russo man. She's like, I don't love you.
Exactly.
I don't even know you. She's like, actually, I low-key hate you. She's like, I could like have you get ran over by a train and use that as a story. Like, I do not like you. And he's like, well, I don't know what's going on because somehow, some way, I guess this is getting ahead. The curse is getting ahead of itself. So eventually, so in his mind, it's like we're eventually gonna fall in love. So this curse is like, let's go ahead and wrap this on up. Y'all
not the future.
Yes. He's like, it's not good. And so they're laying. He's like, I'm gonna sleep on the ground. You sleep in your bed. She's like, wow, what a gentleman. He's like, all right, relax. He's like, get some sleep. She's like, honestly, I can't sleep. You just told me
that I might die.
That I'm gonna die. And he's like, look, the prom gonna be here tonight and tomorrow, but just go to sleep. So they also had a few drinks. Like she low key's an alcoholic in the book. Like there's multiple times they've seen each other 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
First time she tried to have a little drink with him. He was like, no. Second time they had this hotel room. She getting a little glass of vodka. She's like, you want some? No, but I'll have a whiskey. I called ahead to make sure where I was staying had, a proper bar and within my room. And she's like, I have a lot of things to worry about. That's the last thing I need y'all judging me for. So yeah,
okay, girl.
She's having a little drinking problem.
A little drinking problem.
They wake up and he's like, okay. Oh, that night they were saying, is there anyone we can talk to? Like, what the hell? How we fix this?
Yeah. How do we break the curse?
We need to find Madame Leclerc.
Leclerc,
right? Madame Leclerc. The story of how his family was cursed was like Matthias Russo was into some hoodoo stuff going on, but he was a tattoo artist, and then he got help. A lady from the witch trials or whatever, so she ends up being like one of those type of people. He gets help from her to do some bad stuff, basically.
Okay.
To get over on people. Then he ends up trying to get over on her by the power she gave him. He ends up using on her, and ends up tattooing her soul into him. So those tattoos
are from
our souls that that Matthias carried with him. That was he was taking,
and it keeps carrying down to generation to generation.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they call him the person that was born with the tattoos. That's what they say, because they're born with these tattoos, and they're basically souls living within them. So they're not really tattoos; they're souls. That's why the tattoos moved and stuff. It was a lot of lore. It was a lot of
okay.
Mm-hmm. So then he's like, listen, we need to find Madame Leclerc. Well, there might be a problem with that. And she's like, what?
She did.
She's really hard to find. Really hard to find. And she's like, okay, that's fine. Like, we'll find her. Like, I'm a journalist. Let's go find this lady. He's like, no, she probably also hate to see me. And she's like, why? What did you do? Her daughter fell in love with me.
Oh, and now she did.
Daughter dead.
Dead.
I'm like, dang.
Damn.
How would you feel? The man you were talking to, right?
Dead.
You don't find out he was in love with someone and she died. Would you want to talk to somebody like that?
No.
That seems like too much drama. You need to work through that. I don't want to be part of that.
She did?
So the lady daughter died, right? So she's.
But it's because of the curse.
It's because of the curse.
Well, no.
But he's like, I should.
Because honestly, I can't talk to you anyway.
Stayed away.
You should have.
I should have stayed away, but I couldn't. And it's like, oh, you really love this girl, huh?
But she dead now. So where did that get you? And her.
And now apparently they wake up and she's like, okay, let's go find Madame Leclerc. He's like, Leclerc. So they go. They have to
before you say that lady name wrong over there.
There was a
and she cussed you out.
The girl also, Petra, she's getting sick of this town because she got a little attitude, right?
It seems like it. And she don't listen.
She don't listen. She's like, this town really starting to get on my nerves. Because when they opened the door, this man was like kind of taken aback by her. And when he looked at her, his eyes, he kind of froze as if he knew something about me. Something
Girl.
bad. So then
I don't like that.
That's what she said. This town get on my nerves.
Yeah, like why everybody know something about me? I don't know about me.
Exactly.
How'd you hear?
So then Dax handed the man a small bundle wrapped in red cloth. And then they exchanged words quietly. And then she was like, what was that all about? He's like, you can't just demand information from a man like Dr. John. Hongans require respect.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It's Hongans. Hongans. And that's the and she goes, I guess that was the formal title for a spiritual leader in his tradition. Not her trying to be politically correct. So I guess that's what it means. And then it's like, so you bribed him? And he's like, I made an offering. I was like, okay, you're getting real hoodoo-ish up in here. Right. And then he's like, he told me where we might find Celeste.
Who is?
Leclerc. So that's her full name, Celeste Leclerc.
Okay.
Apparently, there's going to be some ball, some like gathering, and she's going to be there. They pull up.
To the gathering.
To the gala. In the
a little district. Gala.
And it's a masquerade ball, of course. What else would it be? So then they go to this gala. What does she look like? And he's like, beautiful. But he was looking down at Petra.
Oh,
because they got dressed for the gala.
Okay, all right. He said,
he was talking out loud.
About
he's thinking out loud, and he's like, "You'll know." And she's like, "Come on, what does Leclerc look like?" He's like, "You'll know when you know. You'll know." They go separate ways. So then all of a sudden, this is how she's described. It was scary.
It was scary.
And suddenly a figure emerged from the shadows under a cluster of graceful potted palms. She glided toward me slowly and soundlessly, bringing with her disturbing crackle of energy.
Okay.
While a hint at danger, like the palpable electric friction in the air just ahead of a lightning strike. I mean,
okay.
It's giving
spooky. It's giving spooky ooky in here.
Behind her gold filigree mask, her eyes were light gray, almost colorless. Her old-fashioned gown was midnight blue. Her long black hair was streaked with white. Her lips were a vivid slash of blood red against her pale skin, leaving her the look of an undead creature who recently dined on living flesh.
Ooh.
I was like, damn, okay, description.
Okay, I'm feeling the vibes. I'm in the room.
I just kind of like imagine her sauntering up with this mask.
I'm in the room. She's like skating on by.
This is a clear example of how awkward and like then she would kind of break it up with like humor.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, "Look, I'm sure you're upset about what happened to your daughter."
Oh, okay. She brings it up. Good.
This is her talking to her. She's like, I mean, I totally understand. That's how I mentioned her talking. Unless you're talking about the ungodly amount of carnitas platters I have murdered in my lifetime.
Ooh, carnitas.
So there's this random ongoing thing with her.
Should I Mexican food?
She is obsessed with tacos, and she fell into a cult because the cult leader had really good tacos.
Oh, that's how I'd fall into a cult.
I'm just trying to figure out how to break the curse. That's all. The curse was sealed with blood magic, and only blood magic can unlock it. She said that like I was supposed to know, as if I graduated with honors from Hogwarts.
Okay, because I was like,
there's a lot of like rhymes and riddles.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
So then she says, "But what does that mean?"
Yeah.
So she keeps asking her. You carry it inside of you. Follow the fireflies. She vanished, swallowed by the mass crowd.
Okay, not vanishing.
So then she tells him about the meeting, and then he's like, "I don't want to hurt you," but basically, it's sounding like you're more involved than we think.
Something is going on. Something in your past have aligned us.
We're connected somehow.
Yes.
And she basically's like, I need deep breath. You talking to me like I'm a child. You're like, I want to protect you. The lady just was, I need deep breath. She goes into buying some like little library, slams the door behind her, and then Dax follows her.
Of course.
And he slams the door behind him, and she's like, oh. And he's like, look, I didn't mean to follow her. I just, I needed to be around her.
I feel drawn to her.
Yes.
Just like a curse.
And he's like,
just like a curse.
Literally, this is how quick it happened. He's like, look, I don't know why I followed you. They start kissing, pulls down his pants, lifts up her dress, inserts her.
Wait a minute.
She's like, you're lucky. I'm not like these other girls. I need a lot of foreplay. She's like,
I love that. I like that part is added in there.
Because sometimes a lot of times when they do that and
I'm like, hello, what are we doing? How are we doing this so fast? Nobody revved up and nothing greased.
Nothing is ready, but she's ready and he's ready quickly. They're built off tension. She's like, I basically low-key been like, I've been ready. Let's get this thing going. Like I felt drawn to you, you felt drawn to me. Put that thing in me.
Okay.
Raw, might I add. I'm assuming there was no mention of condom. So then
something suspicious.
The masked figure, the faceless figure.
Oh yeah.
Faceless figure pops up, and she's like, "Oh." So now he's like, "We gotta go, and it's like, it's coming. He's like, there's like a weird, ominous feeling coming from the door.
Yeah,
like a noise. He's like, I don't think we should go that way. They jump out the window.
Oh. Okay.
Then they jump out the window and like, we gotta go. We're running from the maskless man. And he's like, what are we about to do? We need to go as fast as possible to this cemetery, because she tells him what the Madame Celeste said. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, I know where this is. It's at a cemetery. She's like, a cemetery? And then he's like, yeah, it's like a well-known cemetery. It's where a lot of like hoodoo and voodoo is happening.
Yeah.
Let's go. They're like, okay, we need a car. Carjack someone's Camaro. Very specific.
breaks the window in.
Very specific, but that's giving it Atlanta.
It's giving New Orleans.
It's giving Atlanta for sure.
Breaks the car window, gets in. She's like, alarm immediately goes off.
Yeah.
The owner of the car notices, like, hey, that's my car. And then he's like, she's like, you need to hurry up. He's trying to hotwire this car.
Hotwiring a car is crazy.
And then the guy, she's like, he's picking up the pace, coming towards the car. And she's like, come on, we need to go. Of course, boom, they go.
Yeah.
Jet off to the cemetery. They get to the cemetery. They find the grave they're looking for. The dots they connected was that she is a long removed relative of the lady that gave the curse to his ancestor.
Oh.
And he's like, that just seems so far-fetched. She's like, actually, I'm adopted. So I don't know about my past. I don't know about my family. But no, this totally could be a thing. So he's like, oh,
what a
shoot.
coincidence.
So then they get into this grave, and then all of a sudden she's like, what do we do? What do we do? She's like, abracadabra, trying to be funny. Nothing happens. She puts her hands like, on the grave.
Oh, not the grave open up like they in a mausoleum?
It opens up. They go down some steps.
Oh yeah, that's a mausoleum.
She's like, we're going down? He's like, yeah, we're going down. We got to figure out this curse. And then we go down, and it's like lit up as she walks by, flames.
Of course.
So like, yes, she is the
giving Indiana Jones.
And then he was telling her, like, look, it doesn't really matter because I'm the last of this curse. That's what Dax is saying. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm the last person of my
bloodline.
Lineage. Yeah. She's like, oh shoot.
Unless he has kids. Which he might impregnate her.
He can't because they all dying left and right. The girls who fall in love with are dying.
Well, look, he already look now.
So then,
so how was he born? Never mind.
No, his mom was able to have him, but like
then she died.
I think he was pointing out how quickly this monster showed up for her.
Oh, okay,
because it happened immediately.
Yeah.
I guess because this was like the last. Because it's who she is.
Oh, yeah.
They get down there, the lights are coming on, and there's like a freshly made grave. Like they're ready, and then
she about to be sacrificed.
So then that's basically what's going through her mind. She's like, it clicks for her. Oh my God, this grave is supposed to be for death.
Oh.
And this grave, she's like, I don't want to kill him. Oh. And then the monster, like the faceless monster, had spoke to her and was basically like, it needs a sacrifice. We need a sacrifice.
You were him.
Yes, basically. And she's like, wait. She looks at the face and she's like, wait, this faceless monster is Matthias. It's the original guy that's been cursing everybody. And so not only has he been doomed with killing off the women that the family loves, but he has been the one doing the killing, like murdering. So he has had to watch as his family lineage got wiped out.
Wow. You see how you don't turn your back on women?
So now look at you. It was so convoluted. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And so then she's like, oh, I know what I need to do. It just came to her. I need to kill him.
Yeah.
In order to release the curse. So she ends up doing something. I guess she just does something that calls to her. It's like, I bound you.
Oh, they had to call to her.
Russo, back to where you came from. Your debt has been paid. You're done. And then nothing happens, and he's looking at her like, what are you doing? Because Dax can't see the Max figure.
Oh.
Only the women can see him.
Oh.
So then he's just like, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. After she done that whole shit thing. He's like, nothing's happening. What was that? The tomb starts shaking and baking and dust and brick. Everything starts falling. She's like, we need to get out of here. Then she kind of sees fireflies, follows the fireflies.
Okay.
They get out. And that's that. Literally. Oh. They killed Matthias, and then
his tattoos disappeared.
His tattoos burnt. It was like he was in excruciating pain. Everything kind of came off of him, and they kind of she stayed in New Orleans. This is her new man. And her boss in Chicago was like, yeah, so like, she's like, and he wasn't having an attitude because of my late deadline. So now you not only have you been late with your deadlines, you moved to New Orleans and suspicious of her, basically.
You don't work here anymore.
The story ends like she gets an uneasy feeling while she's with him one day, looks out the window, sees this figure appear and then disappear. And she's like, whatever it is, me and Dax will take it on. And that's how it ends. It low-key ended in a cliffhanger. This book didn't have a lot of spice in it.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, was all the spicy was?
That was the spice. Them ramming into each other real quick.
Okay.
I did like all of the lore and the occult stuff. It was a lot to keep up with. But I enjoyed it. Her writing was good. Overall, it was something different. I've never read anything like that.
Yeah.
So I do wonder about her other books.
Yeah,
I'll probably put it third so far. But I did like it. I'm still struggling between 1 and 2. Who's number 1 right now, and who's number 2? But again, I think all these stories are probably just well written, and like in order to get a whole story across with under 100 pages, it's pretty impressive. I mean, so all
right, you little precious angel. Okay. All right, so.
All right, so our final
ranking
of Scared Sexy collection.
Yes.
Sexy spooky stories.
Scared Sexy.
We're gonna
rapid fire
ranking.
No explanation.
None.
If you watch the videos, you know their explanations. Yes. You should see why they're in them. So we're gonna go from 6 to 1.
Okay. All right. And last place is
Falling. Space Vampire. Beautiful Nightmares 4. Spicy Little Curses is 3. And coming close, 1 and 2, they're neck and neck, is Hot Fish Slayer as 2, and My Boyfriends Are Monsters as 1. And you'll see them across.
Yes. I'm good with that ranking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that.
That's that. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
with this. This was really fun. What are your rankings? Yes. We want to see what you guys ranked it. Give us your rankings below. Explanations or not, you can tell us both, but I would love to hear it.
I'm curious.
I thought it was a good time. I like that they were short.
Yeah.
I thought the fun part about them was them being
short, quirky.
Yes. Some of them were fun.
Sexy. Some were a little bit more outlandish and out there, and it's for somebody.
Every book is for somebody, and I do think it was a good mix, and it's good also to introduce you to these authors that people really love, because I've heard of all of these authors and I've only read one of their books. So
we each knew one author from this, and we both got to experience
new authors,
the others, and I can see why you like Kimberly Lemming.
You see, she's wild. Wild girl.
She really had me shook day one, but after it's settled, it was so memorable.
We'll be watching at the door. Okay, well there we go.
All right. Okay, and now it's time for word of the day.
There we go.
All right. So today's word of the day is stentorian. Stentorian is an adjective, and it very simply means very loud or booming.
Oh, okay.
So,
stentorian.
The sentence here is, with his rumbling stentorian voice, Woods locates unusual pockets. Okay, very long sentence, but you get it.
Yeah. A stentorian.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's a stentorian voice. It's very loud, so a loud voice.
But stentorian. Okay, great.
We've gotten a lot of adjectives lately.
Yeah.
Very cool. It is spelled Stentorian.
Stentorian.
Lovely. All right. Y'all use it in the sentence down below.
See what you got going on. Because they said people can't spell. And did you see that girl who did, she was like, I realized my friends can't spell, so I did a spelling bee. She had, hosted a spelling bee at her house. And it was just all her friends trying to spell words. I saw it on, TikTok. I think that's funny. But I think we are hard. I think it's hard for us to spell nowadays, especially with our phones having autocorrect.
Yeah.
So you're not really forcing yourself to remember the word all the way.
Do the gist, I can know it in my head. I do the gist of typing,
and it just automatically thinks. And did you notice? I've noticed lately. I'm like,
more typos.
Yes.
Did you see what that was?
About the keyboard.
Yeah.
Because when they keep updating the phone, sometimes they mess up the update for the keyboard. Because I said, why is this word getting autocorrected to the wrong word? I know how to spell this word. I know it's spelled this way.
Mm-hmm. But also there was like so many typos. Like if you're trying to put this letter, it kept doing the letter next to it.
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
It was really weird. I was texting you this morning and it did that. And I said hello, and it made me mad because I'm like, oh, I keep having to start over. But
it's not to the point where it's like I don't even care. I just like send it.
I'm about to take it off, so then you can't tell me we should host a spelling bee.
Those were never my strong suits because they just weren't. But we could try.
Host a spelling bee for friends.
For adults. Spelling bee for adults.
Yeah, that's what it is. Wouldn't it be fun?
Maybe.
It might be. It might be like.
Might be jarring.
People that start knocking over tables. I don't need this.
Why are we even here?
I can spell.
But yes, so that concludes this episode.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment.
Yes.
Yeah, do those things, please. And share.
We want to continue to build a community.
Yeah, this is fun. Join us.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And that concludes today's episode. We'll figure out next week's book because I think we did a lot within this. But we'll have it at the end of the video what next week's book is, so you can follow along for next week. And that is that. That's that on that. See you next week, and toodaloo.
Bye.